If you're loading big unoptimized images on your website, you're probably costing yourself a ton of bandwidth and money hosting your site. And while waiting for those images to load, your users are going to get impatient and choose to leave, which will cost you sales. Cloudinary can help. Their image optimizations will optimize the size, the quality, or the format of the image to make sure your website loads as fast as possible. In this video, I'll show you how to make your website load faster by using the Cloudinary SDK for Node.js. We'll optimize an image's quality and format and see exactly the effect it has on the transfer size of the image. Here we are in a Node.js script written in TypeScript. We start by importing our environment variables and the Cloudinary SDK. Then we initialize the Cloudinary SDK with the cloud name environment variable. Scrolling down just a little bit, you'll see that all it takes is one line to optimize your images. Here, I'm using an image of a pork chop that I ate. It was really good, and I'll show you the size of the image before we optimize it, and then the size after we apply the optimizations. Here in my Cloudinary Media Explorer, you can see the original image. It's 4,000 pixels wide by 3,000 pixels tall, 2.25 megabytes. That's huge, way too big to load onto our website. Here in a real browser loading example, you can see that it takes 736 milliseconds to load. If we go back to our code, the Cloudinary URL method accepts two things. The first is a path to the image in your Cloudinary media library, and the second is an options object. You can see here I've added options for quality and fetch format. Quality can accept a number of different options like best, good, eco, and low. And that's from best visual quality to the lowest visual quality. However, the best visual quality will be a larger image and load slower, while the lowest visual quality will load super fast, but it might not look as good. However, I always recommend using auto, which lets Cloudinary decide the resolution of the image to load that balances how good the image looks and how fast it loads. And for comparison, the auto option is normally the same as the good option, although in some cases it may choose the eco option. For the format option, this tells Cloudinary what file format to deliver the image in. For example, AVIF, JPEG, PNG, and WebP are some common image types, but only certain browsers support these types, and some image types work better for certain pictures than others. And same here, the option I recommend is auto, which lets Cloudinary decide the best format for the image to optimize for loading speed and the visual look of the photo. In our example, I used auto on both of these, so let's see the effect of loading the image with the optimization applied. I can run the script here and see the resulting URL of the image. We'll load it up and check the stats. After applying automatic image quality and automatic image format, you can see that the size of the image has been reduced by about 50%, from 2.4 megabytes down to 1.1 megabytes. And it's delivering much faster in only 490 milliseconds. If we click on the image and look at the preview, you can see that instead of a JPEG, which is the original image format, Cloudinary decided that a WebP would be a more optimal format of the image to serve. What's awesome about these transformations is that Cloudinary caches these on their servers. So if you ever request this same image again with the same transformations, it's going to come back much, much faster. So that's just how easy it is to optimize images with the Cloudinary SDK for Node.js. Make sure to apply this technique to your sites to make them faster.